Imagine sitting in a Zoom meeting. You see your boss, you hear his voice, you see your colleagues nodding in agreement. It looks perfect. So you follow orders and transfer $25 million. But here is the terrifying truth. You were the only human being in that room. Everyone else was a digital ghost. This isn't science fiction. It happened this year. And if they can fool a finance director, what chance do you have? To understand the magnitude of this crime, we must first look at the victim. We won't use his real name. Let's call him the officer. He was not a gullible elderly person confusing a gift card for a tax payment. He was a veteran finance worker at Arup, a multinational engineering giant. This is a man who spent decades navigating complex ledgers. He was trained to spot errors. He was trained to suspect everything. It was a Tuesday in January 2024, a day that started like any other. The coffee was hot, the emails were piling up. The hum of the air conditioning was the only sound in his high-rise office. He received a message. It appeared to be from the company's chief financial officer based in the UK. The message was brief. It was urgent. It mentioned a secret acquisition. Now, pause for a moment. If you received a text from your boss right now asking for money, you would be suspicious. You might think, is this a phishing scam? The officer was suspicious too. He was smart. He initially suspected it was a fraudulent email. He did what any cautious employee would do. He hesitated. He waited. But the criminals anticipated his hesitation. They didn't just send an email. They invited him to a video conference. And that is where the trap snapped shut. He clicked the link. The video window opened, and there he was, the CFO. A man whose face the officer had seen countless times in company newsletters and television interviews. He wasn't a static image. He was moving. He was adjusting his glasses. He was drinking water. And he wasn't alone. There were others in the meeting. Colleagues from the legal department, managers from external partners, people the officer recognized. Real people. Or so he thought. The CFO spoke first. The voice was unmistakable. It had the specific British accent, the cadence, the authoritative tone that commanded respect. He explained the situation. "We are closing a confidential deal," the voice said. "We need to move funds immediately to avoid market detection." It made sense. In the high-stakes world of corporate mergers, secrecy is currency. The officer looked at the other faces in the grid. They nodded. They chimed in with agreements. They looked bored, stressed, focused, exactly how people look in boring corporate meetings. His brain made a logical calculation. A hacker can fake an email. A hacker can fake a voice message. But a hacker cannot fake a live video conference with 6 different people simultaneously. It was the ultimate social proof. Because everyone else believed it, he believed it too. He put his hands on the keyboard. He logged into the secure banking portal, and the heist began. It didn't happen all at once. This was a slow, methodical extraction. Over the course of 1 week, the officer made 15 separate transactions. 15 times. Think about the psychology of that. 15 times he had the chance to stop. 15 times he could have picked up the telephone, the old-fashioned landline sitting right next to his elbow, and called London. Why didn't he? Because the ghosts never let him go. They kept him on the line. They followed up on instant messaging platforms. They praised his efficiency. They stressed the urgency. They created a loop of obedience. In psychology, we call this authority bias. When a figure of high status gives a direct order, our critical thinking shuts down. We revert to soldiers following a command. He transferred 200 million Hong Kong dollars. That is 25.5 million US dollars. Gone in the blink of an eye. And then the meeting ended. The screens went black. The CFO signed off. The officer sat back in his chair, believing he had just saved the company. But silence is a loud sound when you are waiting for praise. Days passed. The officer expected a follow-up, an official confirmation, a job well done. Instead, there was nothing. A nagging doubt began to grow in the pit of his stomach. That small voice he had suppressed at the beginning started to scream. He finally made the call he should have made on day one. He called the head office. "What transaction?" they asked. "What secret acquisition?" In that second, the world collapsed. There was no deal. There was no meeting. The CFO was in a different time zone, asleep in his bed. The officer realized with horror that for 7 days, he had been taking orders from a computer program. He had been talking to pixels. He had handed the keys to the castle to a phantom. How is this even possible? You might be thinking, I would spot a fake. I would know. 5 years ago, you would have been right. But we are no longer living in the world we knew. This is called deepfake technology. Imagine a digital mask. Criminals take thousands of photos and videos of a person, footage available freely on YouTube, Facebook, or corporate websites. They feed this data into a powerful artificial intelligence. The computer learns the face. It learns how the lips move when forming the letter O. It learns how the eyes crinkle when smiling. Then, an actor, a real human criminal, sits in front of a camera. As the actor moves, the computer instantly paints the victim's face over the actor's face. If the actor blinks, the deepfake blinks. If the actor speaks, the deepfake speaks, but with the stolen voice. In the Hong Kong case, police believe the criminals used pre-recorded footage for the silent participants, looping their movements to make them look attentive. But the CFO? That was a live performance. A digital puppet show designed for an audience of one. Now, you might be saying, I don't work for a multinational corporation. I don't have access to $25 million. I am safe. This is the most dangerous thought you can have. The technology used to rob Arup is not locked in a military lab. It is becoming cheaper every day. What happens when the face on the screen isn't a CFO? What happens when it is your son, your daughter, your grandchild? Imagine your phone rings. It's a video call. You answer. You see your grandson. He looks terrified. He's in a jail cell or a hospital bed. "Grandma," he says, "I need help. Please send money." It is his face. It is his voice. He is crying. Your heart stops. Your logic shuts down. You run to the bank. But it wasn't him. It was a scammer using 3 seconds of voice audio stolen from a TikTok video and a photo taken from Facebook. This is the grandparent scam on steroids, and it is coming to a phone near you. We are entering an era of zero trust. The old adage, seeing is believing, is dead. Seeing is now deceiving. So, how do you protect your life savings? How do you protect your peace of mind in a world of digital mirrors? You must return to the analog world. If you get a call involving money or an emergency, hang up. Call the person back on a number you know is real. Create a safe word with your family, a secret word that only you and they know. If the face on the screen can't say the word, hang up. The technology is sophisticated, but the defense is simple. Slow down, verify, and never let fear drive your fingers. The employee in Hong Kong lost his career. The company lost $25 million. But we lost something even more valuable. We lost the ability to trust our own eyes. The ghosts are out of the machine, and they are hungry. The next time your phone rings, ask yourself, who are you really talking to? This story is just the beginning of the AI crime wave. If you want to know how criminals are using your own voice against you, and the simple $5 device that can stop them, you need to watch this video next. It might just save your life savings.